Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. And today I wanted to highlight somebody I admire truly. It's this guy up here, which we'll call him Jay. There'll be a photo coming up soon. But his channel is called Ontario Audit. Now, I watch mostly, of course, because there's so many of them, the the American police audit videos, specifically like Sean Paul Reyes and for Long Island Audit. There's Moses who does Kansas City accountability. There's Josh who does you know accountability for all, and there's a few others that I like to watch. But I really want to highlight this guy up here, which let's get to the next. But see, he only has 33.7 thousand subscribers. He needs to grow. He's a newer channel, so he's only been doing it for a little while, but he's really good at it. And so, what I want to highlight also, here's the description of his channel, okay? And I'll read this out so in case it's not big enough for you guys. It says exercising Ontario Audit description: exercising our Canadian charter rights peacefully. Like many of us, I have had bad interactions with law enforcement. I was tired of seeing the tyranny in my own city, so I am taking a stand to put the bad and the good officers in the light. We will follow up on injustice and mistreatment, and we will hold our government officials accountable in Canada. Thank you for kindly addressing your grievances to the government and helping me pursue justice. And left a few links on the bottom there that you can go check out. So, what I want to highlight today are these two episodes. Okay, the last two that I watched. Let me see if I can't get that just a little bit bigger. Um, but then the next screen might be just a little bit too big. I'll have to readjust the size. Just give me a second here, just so you can see this a little bit better. So the one on the right, the four cops and K9 for filming at City Hall. Spoiler alert: this ends up well because these two officers here end up doing the right thing and being and upholding his rights and upholding the law, and these were professional. These are two professional officers, in contrast to the last video he posted, which false police reports gets me a trespass from a place I never entered. He never even went inside, but when you see how these two officers approached him, okay, yeah, yeah, I'll go. I'll go into the video, and hopefully I might have to readjust a bit here. Oop, yep, I'm going to have to readjust. Sorry about that. Wow, that got big on the screen. Okay, just give me a second. I'm fixing it here, so you guys can see this pretty well. I'll put this pretty big. I'll have myself just in the corner there. And sorry, there we go. Sorry about that. So, as you see, I'll just lock that screen in there. Oh, that's not the picture I want to show you. That's after. I want to show you this one first. Boom. This guy right here. This is Jay, and he's in a public building. He's allowed to be there. He's allowed to film. Okay, and I got another shot of him where I tried to get him. I tried to get him smiling a bit so he looked a little happy. So how about that one? Yeah, a little bit of a smile on his face. But he's doing great work. I think, and I just want to highlight him because when I want to next summer, okay, especially once the weather gets nice out. I probably won't be doing it during the winter because from here on in, yeah, the weather just is not gonna be. If we get lucky and we have a unexpected nice day, one great day before winter really hits, I'll take advantage of that and try to go out and do stuff. If it happens to be on also on my day off, which But guaranteed by next year, by next spring, once it starts getting nice out, I can bring my camera out and everything. By then, guaranteed, I will have a more expensive tablet with a better camera on it. I will have a tripod. I will have all the accoutrements that I need to be able to go out and do my own police audits, because I definitely will and I want to. Um, I I am I have it in my head how to do it. I will be peaceful. But I will be just as firm on my rights as Jay here. Absolutely. Let's continue with some of the, as I was going to show you earlier. I popped up there. This is the stuff that he films. This is a cool little mock-up of like the harbor and stuff, and it's just random stuff like that that he, and I tried to get the the most cleanest view. He was panning over. I wish I had more of the picture, but that was the one that came in the sharpest, the clearest. So that's the image I chose to put there. So, but that's the stuff he's filming in these places, public property. He has a right, whatever his eyes can see on public, he has the right to film it. And then but this guy, okay, who works there, I'm not, and here I start using captions from here on in. This guy calling the cops on us now for filming in a public building. Yeah, and this is Jay talking here. Yeah, for yeah. So this guy calls the cops because he doesn't think, we know our private is, it's a government building. It's a government building. Who who funds it? Who funds it? The taxpayers. Who are part of the taxpayers? We are. But then this guy comes in, and he's like, "We're not going to tell you to stop. It's a public place." So thankfully, this guy, this officer, I forget his name at the moment, but he had the right idea, and and he yeah, him and his officer buddy, which is this guy over here too. Boom, and see the guy on the far right there, the kind of half cut off by the picture. That's the guy. That's the rat. That's the little tattletale. That's the little snitch. Like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this in this building, and which and he's following you know but these officers, they took an oath. Yeah, I tried to educate this gentleman, talking about this guy right above me, you know, about it, about our constitutional rights, and that he has the right to film in that building. But but his feelings got hurt and everything, and so outside to get a better shot of the other officer again. The officer that was highlighted, before this one, and this officer here, exemplary. They did a great job. Yeah, of course, man. Hey, I give the respect back that I that I get. That I get. The captions are a little weird, but you get the gist that you treat others the way you want to be treated. You got to be, if as long as they're following the actual law, which again is in my bag. I might as well pop it out because this is what we're talking about, right? This is Canada. I'm just reminding everybody. This is important to me because this is Canadian audit. And it's like, oh, you watch all these American audits and you think you know what you're doing. No, I watch. I'm trying to watch more Canadian audit videos to really, and of course to memorize this and know this by heart. I love that I have this the Constitution of Canada, and specifically, and I love I'll bring it up as many times as I can. Those you can't see it there, but yeah, our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, a guaranteed, from the whole nation of Canada, that my rights, need to be taken seriously and treated. And same with Jay. So, and I take it to heart. I take it to heart. So, and he just goes around promoting places like this, and he's saying, I hope you guys learn something. These videos are all educational, and it's true. But then this is the second video we're entering here. Okay, the one where we're going to meet the officers, and of course here's an employee from the he's asking this employee here. He's asking, "Are you just videotaping yourself, or are you videoing the offices?" And he's like, "Whatever I can see, myself in the mirror, in the reflection, and the offices." He was asking him, "Is that the staff off like staff meeting place and that?" And of course he reminds them that whatever you can see in public, the eyes can see is fair game. If you want to create privacy in public, you have to create the privacy. Put the blinds down if you want to protect the privacy of what's inside. If you're in public and you don't want to be filmed, you can always put a mask on. You can, there's nothing against the law. There's nothing against the law for you covering your face. It could be for so many reasons. It could be for health reasons, but it also, you know if you want to hide your identity. If I want to walk around with a mask all the time, I could. If I want to protect my identity and I don't want people to know who I am, I have that right to wear a mask. They may not like it, as long I can completely have my face covered if I want out in public. But going into any stores and that, you want to take it off, of course. But this guy was the snitch, the rat. This guy was an actually pretty nice guy. He was going to be doing some work around there and that, and Jay was telling them that about how some of the store owners, like, he goes and sometimes likes to film outside people's stores, and ideally he wants them to come out and promote their stores and get people interested, and usually that helps, gain attraction for business, their business. But some owners, they come out all hopping mad, like, "Well, why are you filming our customers? Why, and you don't have the right. Our privacy is blah blah blah." And no, it's but this guy was completely respectable, an awesome dude. So one of the city workers, he was just reminding him that they're going to be doing work around here, so as to not to impede their work and that. And Jay was like, absolutely, he's not there to break the law, and he knows the law. I mean, to further say, yeah, YouTube, you on? Okay, I'll look at. Like, when Jay likes, when somebody approaches him properly and respectfully, he'll give them his channel. He'll tell them, it's Ontario Audit, and come and check my channel. And he's not shy when people are, him and his worker friend there back there, they were really nice to him. So of course he's gonna be polite back and be respectful. But this guy, that when the cops finally came, okay, this is Officer Johnson, and so it's not too bad, man. So we got reports that you were in the bank filming. They were saying, the bankers, and he never was in the bank at all. He has footage. They don't. There's no way they could prove it that because he was not in the bank. That was complete fabrication. And so he's so he's asking the cops, that's why I keep my own videos, so people cannot lie. Because people lie, but the videotapes don't. He recorded the whole time, and not once did he go inside their property. He's on the sidewalk, but he's telling. And this cop, I see, I'm not just showing you this for the sake of showing you it. I urge you to please watch these two videos back to back, and see the contrast between the good cops and these these bad cops here. You'll see the other one in a moment there, uh, and and the certainty. They didn't even go in and investigate. They just came out of the car. He came right out of the car, right away, all hostile and accusatory, and it's like and taking completely taking the others, and and Jay tells him several times, I have not been in on or in the property whatsoever. They're lying. You should investigate. Can will you take them in for doing a false report, because that's what they're doing, and they're doing a false report. So so let's continue. And right here with this next one, boom. So wow, the information I have is that you were inside filming people. This is about time the fifth time that he's like accusing him of going inside the building, and when not once has he been inside the building. So let's continue. And how about this one? See the partner there? So what's the charge for filing a false police report? Again, great question. Of course, then they don't really investigate. He goes in and talks to them, so it's like, but nothing comes of it. Of course, because they know that he's in the right. So, boom. There's like he goes in, and now that's her. That's her taking. That's Officer Carter, the female officer there, harassing people, which you guys knows is not the case. They were saying that he was harassing people, and he was not doing any harassing. So yeah, and so the last picture here is the kind of stuff that Ontario Audit, when he sees cool things like this, he'll film them in honor of those who served and sacrificed. And that's permanent there. That's there year round. Where I again watch the video. He'll tell you where he is. I'm only showing you what I like about this guy in his videos, especially those last two, which I think they perfectly illustrated, and the same thing happens all the time in the United States, all the time, all the time, all the time. So I see so many different examples from all over, from New York all the way to Los Angeles, all across America. There's corruption. There's so much corruption that is so apparent, so visible, and you can see them scurrying, trying to hide their misdoings and misdeeds. This being exposed like never before. So much is being exposed, and they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know, and that's where you're getting all that extra surveillance of flocks cameras and extra drones and extra military. No, it's don't let North America become a fascist state like other places has. You know, papers. Let me see your papers. Papers now. You know, we're Canadians. We have a guarantee to be secure on you know our possessions, our name, our identity, our possessions. We have freedom against seizures of that. So just want to remind everybody of that. Let's get let's one last good look at this beautiful this beautiful guy, Jay. You know, so I am also going to take it upon myself to email him this video, and with a little caption saying that this is my tribute video as a fellow Canadian who really appreciates and honors what you are doing for us, and I love you dearly, and continue the great work, and hopefully by next year I will be joining the ranks and looking to keep my government accountable. And So, okay, that's it for me. I am going to let you go now. And as always, I'm going to say, if you're here for the first time, go check out a bunch of my other work first. Make sure you like you like my content and be happy here, and get what I'm going for. And as you should see in my next video, I'm making pretty much right after this. I'm making 3 videos in a row. So, everybody, I'm just going to close like normal. Like, everybody, be safe. Take care. I got to keep in the camera more. Everybody, be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, just have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. And go, please check out those two videos. Bye, everybody. Peace.